Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Wake up.
Okay, we are here with David and Rhonda Ings. They are going
Everybody.
to be... Hey, hello.
Hi there. Good to see you, AJ.
Yeah, we're really excited because you're going to be present at the Spiritual Awakenings International 2024 conference. And
Yes.
I understand that you will be giving an interesting talk called Awakening to Inner Wisdom and Heavenly Messages.
Yes.
That's really interesting. So can you present yourselves and tell us who you are and what you will be sharing?
Okay. Certainly. Well, I'm Rhonda, as you can probably tell who's who. And so my background is I was a therapist in behavioral health for a number of years. And I worked in both mood disorders and addiction disorders and would work with people who were having all kinds of issues. And I would use writing as a way to get in touch with inner wisdom, but also get guidance for them. And they would write a letter to their higher power as in terms of help with whatever they're facing. And then they would write a letter, and then I would have them relax, center, take deep breaths, and then write a letter back to themselves from their higher power. And it was always interesting what insights that they would get and help, and they were always amazed. So that was my background with it. Plus, the writing was something I did personally and always got help. But it was really Dave who had this experience with writing from earlier on that had introduced to me his writing technique.
That's part of my journey, but first a little bit about myself, and
certainly.
then I'll get to that. I have always been fascinated with how things work, from mechanical things to cars to clocks to how love works in the world, how the universe works, how spirit works in our lives. I have, my career has been as an engineer, but I have spent the largest part of my time and attention really trying to understand how love works in our lives and how it's the foundation of everything around us. A key part of that discovery process is what Rhonda was referring to and what we call writing for discovery. It's a process that enables us to give our everyday mind something to do while we open our attention and awareness to a greater level of understanding and wisdom that's available to all of us. And we'll be talking more in detail about that during our talk at the conference and how it works, and share some basic techniques for how people who attend can start using this at home right away.
Right. And so one of the things that Dave had shared with me is this idea that you can write a letter and ask the divine, since who we really are, in my sense is this, that we're really spiritual beings having a human experience. And at our core, we're really like a ball of light. We're like a star, each of us. And we come from our source, which is also this huge source of light and love. And that at our core, that's who we are. So we can tap into that. And there's certain techniques that we share with that.
Yeah.
And so you're going to say something
and
more.
the other part of that infinite love that gives us our existence is infinite wisdom. And so being able to tap into that, the interesting thing is that a lot of times people think of wisdom or divine experience as being something very mystical or out of the ordinary in daily life. But in actuality, the divine wisdom is as practical as deciding what to have for dinner, or which route to take to go to the grocery store, or what clothing to put on. I mean, it's been extraordinary to me. I remember one day I was instructed to normally I went to a meeting where I was normally would wear a dress shirt and, nice slacks and so forth, and was told to wear a t-shirt and my jeans. And I'm like, what? You're right. This is really very wise. But it turned out to be perfect for the circumstances that rolled out during the course of the day. And so the spiritually transformative experiences can actually be woven into our lives in a way that they're practical and integrated, as well as just amazing and uplifting.
Mm-hmm. Cool. So
You mentioned a technique for receiving heavenly messages, and you also mentioned that during the conference you will be showing people a bit of how to do this, right?
right.
Yep.
Right.
So what does that technique consist? And can you tell me about any personal experience with receiving heavenly messages?
Certainly.
Would you like to talk to that?
I'd be happy
All
to. So this whole idea that, if we're all one, we're all connected, especially we're connected, I feel, soul to soul, heart to heart with those that we love. And so it's possible to continue, we communicate with our loved ones here. Why wouldn't we want to continue communicating after some of us are not here? The love still continues. So what I found with the writing, where I ask a question, I center myself, I open my heart to the divine by putting my attention on something I appreciate or love, and I sing a mantra word that lifts my vibration. And that's a song that we use is the Song of Hugh. It's just 2 letters, H-U.
And just do it for
and you
me.
just sing
goes
it
like,
out loud.
You.
And then while I'm singing, I relax and I write. And I write a letter or a question, or I ask something to bring to my attention, something that will help me in this moment.
Yep.
And then I'll write what comes. And over the course of those last few years, I'll say last 5, 6 years, I began hearing from some of my family on the other side. And I was surprised. In fact, I thought I was making it up. And I mentioned this to my mom, who was alive at the time. And I shared with her some of the things that I was being told. And she said, oh, yeah, that is something that happened in our family, or that was something that's a thing. I had no idea. I'll share more about that at our SAI talk about some of those things that were shared. But it was interesting because I thought it was my imagination, and it took being willing to, while we're writing, to dismiss that part of the mind that likes to judge, and to say to that part, just relax. Let's just see where this goes, and we'll look at it and judge it later.
Yeah, it's take an attitude of adventure. It's like, what are we going to discover today, right? And so that helps set the everyday mind up for, oh, we're going on an adventure. Let's see what happens, right?
Exactly.
And it's like, I remember driving at one point in my life, went to Europe and driving along the Rhine River, and we were going south. And at every turn, there was another view that was just incredible. It was like, oh, wow, how beautiful is that, right? How can that be topped? Go another half a mile. Oh, wow, it was topped. And it's the same kind of thing. It's like the opportunities for discovery in the love and the wisdom that the divine holds for us are infinite. And it's an amazing adventure. And so it's part of that attitude of being open to discovery and setting up an intention to find something that's in our best interest. Those are elements of how this works.
Right. And
Okay.
so,
Yes. So is this the first time you're going to give a talk, or that you're going to be speakers in a public event?
No, we did speak for IONS, Chicago IONS group. I think it was in December of 2022, and that was well received. And from that, we've actually had several people participate in classes that we offer on how to do the writing for discovery. We offer a series of classes, 6 with time in between, so people can practice the technique and develop confidence in that they're not making this up, that it's actually working for them. And there are variations on the technique for what you want to accomplish, for establishing, for instance, communication with your loved ones, or solving a problem, or that you're facing in life, or just tell me what's in my best interest today. Right?
Discovering a hidden talent that you
Yeah.
didn't know.
Yeah.
So we're offering these classes as part of my Ph.D. program in transpersonal psychology that I'm in. And so this way our thesis is that, or my thesis is that this is something everyone can do. And so far, each series, a couple series that we've done with people, most of the people have had, or if not all.
Actually, all. At this
Okay.
point, every person has been able to establish communication
That's
with a
true.
loved one who has passed on. And in a couple of cases, they were surprised who showed up.
Right.
But the nature of their experience was such that they knew they didn't make it up.
Right.
And that has been very exciting for
Right.
us, that we're having a very good success rate.
And so people are interested in being part of this study. So they don't pay anything. It's free.
Right.
They just give us feedback so that we're using that feedback as part of our research.
Yeah.
And they can go to our website, livingourlove.com or writingfordiscovery.com.
Mm-hmm. And
They can sign
yeah.
up for that.
Yeah.
And so then also our talk dovetails with some of the speakers that are going to be at SAI.
Yep.
You know, for instance, Dr. Yvonne Kaysen, who actually started Spiritual Awakenings International, she coined the term spiritually transformative experiences. We're really grateful for that, because by putting a term to it, then it allows others to awaken to, oh yeah, this is something that I can relate to.
And recognize it. Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh, wow. That was,
and then the
go ahead.
keynote speaker, internationally best-selling author, Dr. Raymond Moody, who is a pioneer in near-death studies, is going to be talking about his latest book, Proof of Life After Life. And we're just really delighted that he'll be part of this conference.
Yeah, it's very interesting, because the proof that has been documented is shared experiences of death. So either it's caregivers, or perhaps a hospice person or family members, multiple people share the same experience
of seeing their loved ones crossing over.
Of whatever happened during that transition process when their loved one left. And those shared experiences clearly that people didn't talk about. They just, when they afterwards compare notes, like, oh wow, I had the same experience. We had one we'll talk about in the conference with her,
my dad and my
mother,
mom.
when her mother passed away, but we'll talk about that one in the conference.
That's super interesting. I'm going to be there during your presentation. I won't miss it. And I need to tell people that this is an entirely free conference, free of cost. It will be open for anyone, and they can attend on June 8th, Saturday, June 8th at 5 p.m. Eastern, Awakening to Inner Wisdom and Heavenly Messages with David and Rhonda Ings. So I'm really excited. Thank you for coming. And I hope to see you there.
Looking forward to it, AJ. Thank you.
And to see everybody else too as well. It'd be great.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day.